Hi guys, so earlier on today we got called out to a leaking Worcester 24i Junior Combi, changing the return manifold, the PRV, flow turbine and the automatic air vent. So the first thing we're going to do is take this case off. Okay, now we've got the case off, so the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be isolating the flow and return valves and the cold water inlet, and then we're gonna drain the boiler via our drain point just here. Right, so now we've got the boiler isolated on the flow and return valves and the cold mains inlet. We've also got it isolated at the fuse switch. So we've got our hose connected. So first we're going to turn this drain valve here. And while that's draining, we're going to disconnect all these electrical connections. There we go. Take off the diverter motor. Make sure that's all out of our way. Let's take out the condensate trap to give us more space to work. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take out the automatic air vent by just using some water pump pliers, turn it 90 degrees. And here we have it. One automatic air vent in desperate need of replacing. So we've now got our new one. As usual, we're going to use some of this great lubricant and put it around the O-ring. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is disconnect the cold mains pipe connection going from the valve on the inlet to the boiler going to the flow turbine adapter. Before doing these works, it's always a good idea to advise the client to not run their heating for at least half an hour before you come. Makes it a lot easier to work with. Let's connect this pipe here. Make sure it's all nice and clean so to allow the new one to slide in without a problem. And now we just put our new air vent in like so, and then when that's slotted in, just give it a push down. We're going to take out the return manifold. So first we're going to take out this retaining clip here and the connection to the return valve on the boiler. There we go. Okay, next we're going to put out another retaining clip connecting the return manifold to the pump manifold. Once again, let's get some grips in it. There we go. Okay, then we're going to loosen the screws that hold the return manifold to the frame. Okay, that's that out. Now the screw that holds it to the plate heat exchanger. There we go. You see that's been leaking for quite a while. Next, we're going to take out a retaining clip from this section of pipe here. There we go. Let's pull that out. Next, we're going to remove this clip to release the pump from the pump manifold. So next, we're going to take out another retaining clip for the from the expansion vessel. Pull out this retaining clip on the flow turbine adapter. I'm going to take this out together with the flow turbine adapter, which we know will fall to. There we go. Right, next we're taking out the flow turbine adapter. Okay, now that we've loosened everything and taken all the retaining clips out, now this pump manifold should pop out like so. Perfect. There we go. And now our manifold should also pop out. Okay, so we finally, with a bit of difficulty, managed to get our flow manifold out, which you can see is in very bad condition. It's been leaking for a while. Right, so we're going to remove this brass connection for our flow valve, give everything clean, and whatever we remove, the washers and O-rings must be replaced, so that when we put everything back together again, we don't have any surprises. Now that we're here and we've got very good access to our PRV, we will be replacing that. So first we need to just pull down this plastic catch here, and then PRV should pop out nice and easy. Now we shall prepare our new return manifold with all the correct washers and O-rings in place. Lubricate when necessary before we fit in the new return manifold. Okay, now that we've got our new return manifold and we've fitted our new PRV on there and made sure all our new washers are on and lubricated, it's now ready to go back in. So first thing we need to do is get this pipe in there, push that in nicely. Perfect. Now we can rotate this pipe. Now that we've got the return manifold in place, we've secured it with the 2 screws to the frame and to the plate heat exchanger. Just going to stick this clip in here. Now we can put a new fibre washer on the return valve connection. So now we can screw that in. Now that we've got that tightened, we can just tighten fully the screws, holding this firmly in place. We reinsert our pump manifold. Again, lubricated when necessary and new washers fitted. Perfect. Now that should and there we have it. Before reconnecting our expansion vessel hose, we're going to replace the washer on that too. There we go, out you come. New washer on, bit of lubricant around the O-ring. We pop that back into place. A small pair of grips just to make sure we lock it in position fully. There we go, that's fully in. Now we just fit our retaining clip back in. Okay, now that we've got a new flow turbine adapter all pieced together and lubricated as necessary, just going to put a little bit of lubricant on the inside here. Now we're going to push this in carefully. We'll just click into position. Perfect. Now we're going to put our flow turbine in. So we're going to fit our cold mains pipe. Again, replacing our washer. Okay, so let's put this back in now. There we go. That's clicked in nicely. I'm going to fit all our retaining clips. Fit the diverter valve cover, which has been designed to stop water leaking on a diverter from the turbine adapter, which perfect, that's in. And now finally we put in our clip to hold in the flow turbine adapter. There we go. That's all locked in. Let's not forget to tighten this mains water valve. Excellent. Right, so now we put everything back, starting with the pressure gauge here. And it just slots in there like so. And down, perfect. I want it to look all nice and as good as new once I'm done. Connect all the electrics. So there we go. Now I'll take this control panel and put it back in position. Now that we don't need to worry about it getting wet. There we go. Connect our connection for our diverter valve. Right then, so now that we've got everything fitted and secured, before fitting the condensate trap back, we're just going to turn the valves back on and make sure we have no leaks, starting with the cold mains. Okay, so far so good, we're looking good. And next, our flow and return valves. And straight away we can hear the air hissing out of our brand new automatic air vent. Right, all the valves are open. We are then going to add some pressure by inserting our filling key into the filling link. Okay, so we've got our filling key link key in, and we are just bringing the pressure up to where it needs to be, 1.5. I will take our key out, and now that we know everything is all leak free, we can now refit our condensate trap, which will just slip in here. You can see everything in there is now looking nice and new. There we go. Let's get the cover back on and get this baby fired up.